Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at the Motorhome and Caravan Show 2025 and I'm on the Swift stand. In this video I'm going to be showing you the new Trekker Motorhome for the 2026 season. Now many of you will be familiar with the Trekker Campervans, but we have now the motorhomes. Now there's three models within the range and we're going to go around all of those today. We've got the 540, which we can see over here, the 584 here, which we'll see, and then we have the 594. So we'll take a look at those three together. It's the first time I'm seeing them as well. So there's plenty to find out and we'll run through some facts and figures as we go around. So what do we need to know? Well, let's first of all talk about price. So prices, the Trekker Motorhome starts at £78,500 and goes up to £80,000. So it's at a fairly good price point. In terms of berths, they're all 4-berth motorhomes with 4 travel seats and they all have a gross vehicle weight of 3.5 tonnes or 3,500 kilos. So you can drive them all on your car licence. If you want to go higher on that weight and get more payload, you can uprate it free of charge, but you will need that C1 category on your licence. Let's venture over here and start with the 540. So the 540 Trekker Motorhome is the smallest in the range. It's 7 metres and 1 centimetre in length, and those centimetres make all the difference. It's 2 metres and 37 in width, and as I've already told you, it's got that 3.5 tonne gross vehicle weight. This one is the one that starts at £78,500. Now in terms of the front, we'll just make our way around here and take a look at the cab. Now, all of the Trekker motorhomes are based on Ford. They have the 2-litre diesel engine, 165 horsepower, and they all have automatic transmission. They all come with the grey paintwork as standard, and we can see that contrasting with the yellow graphics or decals. So on the front of Trekker Motorhome, the sunroof at the top there, the Swift name badge, and we can see some graphics as well there in the front of the low-profile cab. Making our way down, we do have the Ford Trail frontage here. This is really nice. And we can see further graphics as well here. Trekker embossed on there. The yellow accents as well. And then here, this one has the front parking sensors. Let's make our way down the near side. We'll do the exterior of them as we go. So coming down, on the front here, we can see the 16-inch black glass alloy wheels. You'll find Trail embossed here. As we make our way down, we can see the grey continuing, so as well as the Ford grey paintwork, Swift to continue that in the graphics and the main body of the motorhome itself. Because Swift are a UK manufacturer, the habitation door is here on the near side. You will get an awning light, there is a gas barbecue point, there's a cold water shower, and here we see the filler for the fresh water tank. On board, you're going to get 110 litres of fresh water and 85 litres of grey waste, and that's standard across all 3 models. I also like here this black bumper effect as well. It gives that sort of rugged feel to it. On this model, we see a smaller garage here, access door on the near side on here, as we can see, and that goes through to another door on the off side as well. You do have a light in that garage. On board as well, heating wise, you're going to get Truma air-blown heating. It's the new Combi Neo system. I won't go into too much about that at the moment, but it is an air-blown system, and you will have a vent in the garage as well to keep that warm. Now the back end, I think this is a nice back end. I do like that the colour continues and we've got the grey all the way around. You will get the rear view camera. Also on the roof, you will get a solar panel fitted as standard. We can see here pre-installation for a bike rack. So if you were taking bikes, you can add those there. Then the Swift badge and 540 for the model and the Swift light cluster. Let's go in and take a look at the layout on this model. So in we go, step in. I'll make my way up into the front of the Ford cab first of all. So up here in the front, so we can see the grey and the black upholstery, Trekker embossed here. And then with the cab, I already mentioned outside the sunroof, that does open, so you can see that there. The Ford multi-functional steering wheel. We have here as well the automatic transmission operation here and the large infotainment system, which is a nice clear screen there for us. Now this is 4 berths with 4 travel seats. You've got the captain's chairs here, which obviously swivel round, and that leads into our lounge area. So we can see here that we've got a nice long bench seat down here on the off side and a shorter one here on the near side. But this is a good space for relaxation. Because this one hasn't got a fixed bed, we're getting a larger lounge. So what I always say is if relaxation is important, then a motorhome without a fixed bed is a very good option. Then we do have the fixed table here. As we can see, this will open out and you can move it around depending on where people are sat. On the walls we have the fabric panelling, and we have this graphic here as well, exclusive to Trekker. On the walls for 2026, a lot of manufacturers seem to be using the wood. We can see it here. This, I think, is reflecting what people are putting in their homes at the moment, so you can see that. Now, if you're wondering where you're going to sleep, there's a good size drop-down bed above my head, and this is 6 feet and 4 inches in length. So even if you're a tall person, you're going to get plenty of good bed space. And you can see the width here, it's a double bed. So on a night time, if there's 2 of you, drop that down, you can sleep on there. If you're using it as a 4 berth, you can convert this space, and this bed will be 6'2" in length. I'll just bob down and show you the flooring. So this is the flooring on the Trekker motorhome. It's a light wood effect, and then you can see the grey carpet. Right, let me venture through into the kitchen. So the kitchen on the 540 is on the off side. In here, there's 2 plug sockets, the splashback here with illumination and some little storage areas. And then the colours here, we can see the grey and then this lighter contrasting effect here. If I open these up, let's take a look and see what we're going to get inside our storage lockers. So you can see nice depth to them all the way back there. And then coming down, we have the lighter worktop. We then have the sink cover, the circular sink, a chrome tap, and we are getting a flap as well. So we've got more worktop space. Now coming along, this is good. What we have here is an electric hot plate. So if you're on electric hookup, you can use your electric, or if not, you also have 3 gas burners because everyone likes something different. Then we have the dual gas oven and grill. You can then see as well throughout the Trekker motorhome, there's various storage and drawers dotted around. Coming along then onto the near side where we've come in, you've got place here for the TV. You can plug in your television there. You're going to need a bracket on here. All the controls for the motorhome above the door as we came in. A little bit more storage here, and then a tower fridge and freezer by Dometic. This is 133 litre capacity. This is your freezer compartment, and then the rest of that is your fridge. There's also storage underneath and the storage above as well. So we've got plenty of storage space there. And then we wrap around and we make our way back here. So coming back, we have got a privacy screen. Slide that around for when you are coming to use the rear washroom. Let's start in the near side corner. So here we find our sink, and instead of a chrome tap, we've now gone black tap. To be fair, I think I'd like to have seen the same matching. Let me know what you think in the comments, but we've got black tap here. Then we have our mirror, our storage here, and because of that Truma Combi Neo system, you can have endless hot water. So if you're showering on board, that's very important. So that's a feature on Trekker. Storage, as I mentioned, the Thetford toilet here, which does swivel. And then if I move this way, we can see here further storage here, and this is where you're going to put your clothes. So this is your wardrobe space as well. There is a rail, and then we have the shelving, so a good amount of space here. Loo roll holder, towel holder, and this sliding partition screen is going to give us access into the garage that we saw when we were outside. Then in that rear offside corner, we have a shower cubicle there. That again with the black matte finish matching the bathroom features that we've seen. So there we have a good size shower cubicle in that corner. Right, that's the 540. We'll venture out. So this one is 7 metres and 1 centimetre, as I say. We're now going to head onto the 584. So the 584 actually has single beds, or longitudinal beds as you know I call them. This motorhome is much bigger. It's 7 metres and 85 centimetres in length. It's still 3.5 tonnes, or you can uprate that if you wish. It's still 2 metres and 37 in width. So let's just start at the front. It still has the 2 litre diesel engine, 165 horsepower and automatic transmission. Coming down, now there are some changes. Because this is longer, we're going to get the garage space, and it is a really good size garage, as you can see. Not a bad height either, no big lip, so it's a nice, easy, accessible garage. There's a plug socket in here, a 12-volt system, lighting. So that is the garage, and that is accessed on the near side and the off side. This one too has the solar panel. It also has the external gas barbecue point, all the bits we saw on the 540. I'm not going to go over those again. Let's concern ourselves more with the interior. So come on, let's dive inside and see the single bed layout. Now coming in, the lounge. So the lounge here, because we have got fixed beds, the offside bench seat is slightly shorter than we saw on 540, but I still think this is a good size lounge. You can get your feet up here and relax. What you'll notice, because we haven't got a drop down bed, we've got a lot of headspace. Look at all this. So if you're a tall person, loads of headroom, and these things are important, obviously. We have overhead lockers, and then we've got these little LED lights that you can see. You can slide these about on the bar. The wood panelling again here on this model, and the fabric as well. Fixed table. Some people don't like the fixed table, so it's one to consider. Yes, you can move it about, but it is going to be here, so bear that in mind. This bed will also convert into a double bed, so that's going to give you 2 berths, and then we've got obviously the beds at the rear that we'll come to. So a double bed here at the front. Now again, in the kitchen area, we've got the storage cupboards that we've seen. I'll just open a couple of those up because these are a slightly different layout there, but you can see those. And then coming down, again, we have the same electric hob, 3 gas burners and the dual as well. So you've got the gas oven and grill. And then the storage here on 584. It's not a bad kitchen. What I do like as well is you've got a good amount of worktop space and the additional flap, which is always a bonus. And then here, the Dometic tower fridge and freezer. This is absorption, so it runs when you're on electric hookup, turn it onto the electric setting, it'll use the electric from the electric hookup. If you're off grid, it's going to run off gas. And on this motorhome, as well as the others, you can have 1 6-kilo gas bottle and 1 13-kilo gas bottle, so plenty of gas to run appliances like this, including as well the Truma if you are off grid. Storage up here as well, so plenty of room for all the bits and pieces. Now this one's a little bit different. We're now going to take a step up. You can see here we're stepping up. The reason we start to get higher is because we've got that garage. So the motorhome internally lifts up a little bit to give us headroom in the garage. And here we've got a nice centre washroom. I do like this. There is a door here to close. Obviously I won't close that on you right now, but the door that closes for the privacy aspect. And then here we've got the mirror, the cabinet. If I open this up, one thing we have got, which I always mention, is something to hold the toiletries back so they don't move. When you arrive on site, they don't just all fall out on you. That is brilliant. So well done to Swift that they've incorporated that in the motorhome. Somewhere to put your towel, your toilet roll, Thetford swivel toilet, and here some storage underneath. And another good thing here is the sink. There's no intrusion. You can get your head over to wash your face. Place to put your toiletries out. That's really nice. The shower we'll do as we come back, I think. The shower's just here, but now we have our longitudinal beds. Now, as you can see back here, we have they have the Duvet mattresses. I believe these are 6'5" in length, so that is a very good length of single bed. So again, if you're a tall person, this may well be the layout that works well for you. You can see the 2 singles, and then we have a centre cushion as well. In terms of bedding, I advise you use something like a cot bed sheet. If you're wondering how to cover that, that would be my advice. You also can extend this. So if I just come in here now, you can slide this out further and you have an additional cushion here. This is then going to make this in effect into a double bed, so you don't just have to have it as singles. If you do like to actually touch each other in bed, you can make it into the double. Wrapping round, we have the grey in the headboard and the fabric walls. Then back here we can see the wood effect again on each side, and then up there's a plug socket that we can see, and then some shelving as well, so if you're in bed you can put your gadgets there. There is storage under the bed, so you can see a slide out drawer here, and then here there's shelving under this bed, so you can put your clothing under here. On the near side, if I just move across, we then have wardrobe space, so this is where you can hang clothing. And then I'll just stand back and show you under here. So in terms of storage under the steps, if you lift this, you've got a little bit of storage under this one, and then down here a little bit more as well. There is also in this corner installation for television, so you can put a TV to watch in bed. And last but not least, on the off side, we've got our shower cubicle. I do like the black finish on the screen, that's nice. A little bit of intrusion from the wheel arch, but that is really common on motorhomes, so don't be put off by that at all. Then that grey against the white in there. So yeah, nice shower. So longitudinal or single bed, 6'5" in length. Centre washroom here, as we can see, good size, loads of room to get changed. And then moving through, good size on the kitchen space, a nice lounge area. Compromise for some might be that the table's fixed. Again, let me know in the comments what you think. Right, let's go on to our last model. That's over here, the 594. So the 594, again, 4 berths, 4 travel seats. 7 metres and 85 centimetres in length. The only difference with the 584 is the 594 has an island bed, so we'll go see that in a minute. But just having a look again at this exterior, you can see here the headroom is attributed to this higher roof area here, so it goes up in height, giving you a feeling of more space and headroom. Coming down on this one, we'll just see if the garage is open so we can take a look inside. Now it's interesting to note, on island bed motorhomes, what you will often find is intrusion into your garage. So if you want garage height for, say, e-bikes, then sometimes the single bed or longitudinal bed can be better because it will give you a higher garage. However, I would say this is perfectly suitable for bikes. You may just have to take that front wheel off to drop your handlebars, but you can see it going all the way through. Garage doors near side and off side. Let's just take a look at the rear again, because we saw it before, but let's take a look at the rear to remind ourselves of that one. So the rear view camera, there is installation for the bike rack. I mean, personally for me, if I've got a garage that size, I'm putting my bikes in the garage, not on the back of my motorhome. You do though what works for you, that's what I always say, but just consider that. Offside there, you can see the profile of the offside and the graphics as well on this new 2026 range. Right, come on then, let's go in. As I've already mentioned, 110 litres of fresh water and 85 litres of grey waste. Now coming in, the interior reflects what we saw in the 584. So the 594, this nice large lounge area, the captain's chairs with the fabrics. Again, there is the fixed table. The front lounge area will convert into a bed as well if you are using it as a 4 berth. The kitchen space, we come back and we find the same again as we've seen. You'll still get the flap. And on the near side, we're still getting that Dometic tower fridge and freezer, the storage above and below. I'll step back. There are obviously some changes back here because of the island bed. We still have the same layout in the washroom space, which is, you can see here on the near side, and we've got the shower on the off side. But what you'll notice here, there's a further privacy screen because this is then going to lead into the island bed. I'll let Jules take you back there. Now this bed again has the Duvet mattress. These are a phenomenal mattress. This bed though is only 6 feet in length, which I think is a little bit short for a lot of people. So again, consider that. The longitudinal beds will give you 6'5". This is 6 feet, and that is because you still need space to get round it. Ideally, I think this could do with some sort of retraction bed, but that is really difficult to do in a motorhome and you won't see that often. So you've got more living space at the cost of the island bed length, and that's the only compromise I'd really point out on this model. We see here you have wardrobes at either side. Because it's an island bed, you can get down there. So you'll have a wardrobe at each side, the cupboards above there for more clothing. And a good thing I like about this is you've got shelving at each side. So if I just come down here, you've got somewhere to put. In here you can see gadgets on here and also on the other side, and there's a plug socket as well, so you can charge your phones or laptops, whatever it is. You can put bits on here. Storage here, I've mentioned about these. There is installation up there ready for the TV, so you can plug in your TV there. There's a little bit of shelving here. Not sure whether you'd use that much, I don't know. Obviously, when you're on your travels, don't put anything there, they'll be on the floor. But you could put your toiletries and bits there if you like. And as I say, that privacy screen. The shower there, that's there on the off side. Again, it's a nice size shower, and because of that Truma Combi Neo, you are going to get that hot water continuously. Right, let's dive down this way. So moving back round the bed, so 6-foot island bed, centre washroom, great kitchen. We've got there the electric and the gas burners. The one thing I've not seen is a microwave, so I can't see it obviously, so I'm presuming we haven't got the microwave, but we have got the oven, gas oven and grill. And then these nice finishes here again with Trekker here, Trekker embossed around as well. Right, let me dive out of the 594. So there we go, that is the brand new Swift Trekker motorhome range for 2026, starting at £78,500. Currently 3 models, the 540, the 584, the 594, all 3.5 tonne, or you can upplate them if you want more payload. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look. I'm going to put a link in the description to the website for Swift so you can check them all out and explore them further. Thank you to Swift who have let us come and film on the stand, that is appreciated. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.